Hello and welcome to my Thief Gold Old Tark Tips and Tricks series, where I'll be going over important skips and sequence breaks that should be learned as soon as possible for every new runner looking to obtain a competitive time. So in this part, we're going over a difficult but valuable skip called the Undercover Gate Skip, where normally you're supposed to go around the level hitting switches that eventually unlock this very gate, which inside has another switch that unlocks this gate where the objective is. Normally, like, if you were to do this the safe way for the speed run, it's about 2 minutes 40 seconds, which is averages out to about a minute slower than getting this gate clip first try. So it's definitely a worthwhile trick, but it's so hard that I'd honestly recommend it only once you're comfortable with the run, and this is one of the few options you see as a time save. So it's definitely an advanced trick for sure, and I'm gonna try my best to go over it in this video right now, because it's definitely it's hard to get your mind around a little bit. So what you gotta do is you first come up to this rope, right, or this gate, sorry, with your rope arrow that you start the mission with, and shoot it just straight up. Doesn't matter where you're on the gate, just do it straight up. Then you jump onto it. This is how I do it. Everyone has a different setup. You can get inside immediately. I just go straight down as low as I can. Then I get inside. Then I go even lower. So what you're doing, and I got it first try, which is very nice, is you're getting on the ground down there. You see how this is like gray, and this is like a little grayish green? Right now I'm standing on that floor instead of this floor. So you can see I'm kind of like lower than I was before. For me, the visual cue that you know you got this right is that this, let's see if I can show it here, this bar I'm running this lockpick across right now is obscuring the top half of the switch. That's when I know I kind of have it set up right. So I'm going to quick save here, because this is actually a difficult part of the trick. And to me, the most difficult part of the trick is you have to clip through this door now. So what you do is you hit your E key, much like how we do in the Mage Tower skip. So we hit the E key, and we're gonna be like behind here like this, and then you just slowly wedge yourself sideways, a little bit quicker than that. So here, you get off the wall, get back on it, and you're in. I'm going to try to show that again first try so I don't look like an idiot. Sometimes if you do this, so like if you go up here, if you go too slow, then you're kind of like walked out. So you just go back, come off the wall with your E-clip, then go back onto it. You'll be able to feel it out, because like, see how it kind of snapped me back and how I just snapped to it? That's when I know I'm like right. When I kind of go like this, I know I'm a little bit wrong, so I go off the wall, back on, and then I'm back to being right again. And you just kind of, you have to do it a little quicker. I'm doing it a little too slow, because if you do it too quick, hold on, you die. That's what I was trying to get to show you. So now you have to do it. You have to do it a little bit slower than you would think. See, it's actually a very difficult trick, and you can still miss it. You have to get the feel for it. Getting inside the door is definitely, for me, the hardest part. See, sometimes you get a first try, you won't even know what you did differently than the last time. You kind of just have to get a feel for the speed you want to swing with. But now I'm starting to get it first try every time, which is good. This is what you kind of want to do. Yep. So I would honestly practice this part right here. This part is the hard part of the trick. I'd probably practice it for a good 10, 15 minutes until you get it down and get comfortable with it. But that's only part one. Yes, it is a vac band. This is only part one of the skip. There's also 2 more parts. So now I'm gonna go. I'm gonna quick load again. Now I'm going to get inside the gate. Okay, so now you're in here. Now what? Well, you try to lean forward, you can't reach the thing. You try your best, but you can't. So what you gotta do from here, and this is what works for me, it may be different. I've seen people who can just lean straight right away and they're able to hit the key. But what I do is I kind of swivel back and forth. You'll see that I kind of like get knocked up a little bit. Then I'm able to hit the key. So we'll go back in. Swivel, swivel. Bang. Sometimes you don't even have to be knocked up. Getting knocked up for sure means that you actually made it. But you don't have to be knocked up. See, look, now I'm like kind of up higher than I would. And I can hit the key. Just do it one more time for show. Swivel, swivel, bang. By swivel, swivel, I mean hitting A, D, A, D, A, D. And then just getting a feel for it. Sometimes you'll get knocked up, sometimes you don't. But it's whatever. So what I do is I just go back and forth until I'm back in the middle. Bang. So now part 3 of the trick, which is actually to me the easiest part. So again, I'm just gonna like kind of do it naturally here. Swivel, swivel, lean, get it. Now part 3 of the trick, and I'm gonna quick save here, is you go into this corner. And you get out. And that to me is a lot easier than the other way of doing it. Because for this one, you could just whip it all you want, and you just get out. You can go as quick as you want with the whip. So you just, again, hold E, get off the wall a little, like you'll go into this wall, then come off, and then just don't whip it too hard. Don't go too ham. Once again, you'll get the feel for that. I'm just going to do it one more time. Into the corner, this corner. I think you could do it with this corner. Probably not, actually, now that I think about it. So just stick with this one. And you always have to, for me, I always have to jump to get out. Sometimes you don't have to. Sometimes it'll just launch you straight out. Like there, I didn't have to jump. Because I guess with this part, if you get, like, see how I'm still kind of low here? If you get knocked up like this, then you have to jump on your way out. But you can still do the clip. It's definitely still doable. I would always jump, I guess, just to be sure. And that's how that's done. So once again, just E in this corner, whip it, get out, and you're good to go. Then you would, you know, do the mission like normal. You read this, takes the shield off, take it, and you leave the building. So like I said, that saves about, if you do it quickly in one go, it should save you about a minute 15 if you get it like super duper and you're like quick with the setup and everything. So it's definitely worth doing, but I wouldn't recommend it until you're later on in your running career, I guess. But yeah, that's probably the hardest trick, to me at least, in the game. That has been part 3 of this little series I'm doing. Don't know if there will be a part 4, because those are really the only 3 tricks in the game that are hard. And yeah, so that's really about it. Peace.